Hey, this is Damien from Angelwolfstudios, and 2019's over. 2019 has been rough. Let me tell you about it. 2019 has had its good moments and it had some horrible moments for me. This is both private and in business. One of the things that I did this year was I rushed an order. When I rushed the order, it didn't come out the way I wanted it to look, or even the way the customer wanted it to look. I was totally unsatisfied with the way it came out, and if I'm unsatisfied with it, I'm almost 100% that you will not be happy with it either. That is I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that I've ever made business-wise. And ever since then, I promised that I would never do that again. Custom orders take a while. They do. And even when I sit down and design a table, I design it in SketchUp or any other 3D modeling program. Once I get the materials on the table, on my workbench, sometimes things don't look the same, if that makes any sense. So along the way, things have to be tweaked. And that's what happens with most of the most custom items. They're not cookie cutter. They're unique, obviously. So there are some similarities to other things that you make, but they're still a completely different entity altogether. And that makes it sometimes difficult. Whereas this is only my second year in business, going into, in 2020, that'll be going into my third year of being in business. But yeah, so that is one mistake that I definitely do not want to make in the future. One thing that was emotionally devastating this year was that in the beginning of May this year, my baby brother passed away. He was 39 years old, and it's been rough. I can't just call him up when I have any questions anymore. I can't just I don't see him in my see him posting things in my Facebook feed anymore. And I don't know if you've been keeping up with my social media, I've already been dealing with depression for as long as I can remember. And this was a huge strike. I don't know how else to explain it. Then with, birthdays coming up, birthdays coming through, not to hear from him was hard. And then going home for the holidays to be with family. And even though we were not, I was in the military, so I'm used to not seeing everybody, or even sometimes not hearing from everybody. But the one thing that was obvious is that he wasn't there. And then there was no chance for him to pop in. So that's been rough. That, along with my grieving and my depression, there have been a lot of days this year where I just didn't feel like getting out of bed. My brother and I, we didn't always have the best relationship with each other, but that's siblings, right? And even then, it's like no matter what the situation is, no matter what you're fighting over, you're still family. And then when one of your family members is gone, it's just one thing that did kind of sort of positively come out of this is, since he's passed away, I went back to actively doing something about my depression. There are some people that I talk to on a regular basis. Or I'll just vent on Facebook a lot of the time. But doing things that benefit my mental health has been like something that I've been working really hard on since he passed away. I don't know if I'll ever not be depressed, or if I'll ever not be grieving. But I'm definitely trying to find better ways to cope with it. And hopefully that shows in the coming year. Whew. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of more positive things. I have learned some new techniques, and basically I learned them through watching YouTube and other people who do what I do. And I'm thinking about, well, I've already started the series. It's called What I've Learned. And those videos, I just want them to be short videos. I don't want them to be extra long or anything, because I'm not the type of channel to teach you how to be a woodworker. Basically, I just want to document new things that I've learned over the years. I've only just recently found out, and I feel so bad about this. I just recently found out that the very first joint that I ever learned in woodshop was a dovetail joint. this blows my mind. Because I've been watching, like, I think Jonathan Katz Moses, he has a contest going on right now where you make a dovetail joint. You don't have to make anything out of it. You just have to make the joint itself and post it on Instagram, and you can win a prize. Well, I don't have all the tools that I need in order to make that, but in woodshop we did, and it dawned on me the way that we joined the two pieces of the shelf that I had. Actually, I still have it somewhere. I don't know if it's here or if it's in Germany, but I still have it somewhere. But that's a dovetail joint that we used. That just blows my mind. But yeah, so things like that, I'm going to do little short videos on, or continue to do short videos on, starting with, I think the next one that I'm going to be doing is about gluing up things. Because that is like the one thing that I have been doing a lot of. If you can't find a certain thickness of wood, or even if you can find a certain thickness of wood, like for my tables, I use a 3x3 post for legs. I am working on talking to somebody about getting that, but I'll talk about that in my 2020 video. Let me write that down so I don't forget it. I can go ahead and buy 3x3 posts. But here's the problem. There's two problems. One, a 3x3 post is not exactly 3x3. And if I get a 4x4 post, then it's over what I need, because it's like 3.5 by 3.5 or something like that. And a 3x3 is like 2.5 by 2.5. But to me, that's just, I want the 3x3. It seems sturdy enough to me. And in order to do that, I need to make a glue up. But I'll be explaining that all in my glue up video when that comes up. Also, yes, in the past month or so, I finally went ahead and put a website together. Mainly because I have come up with some new designs for tables, and in order to put them out there for sale, I can't put them on Etsy. Etsy only allows finished products. So unless I'm selling the plans to the table, then I can't put what I've created on Etsy. So I had to have my own website to do that. And the website will also allow me to put up other items that I cannot put in Etsy, because there are things that I put together that I don't exactly create on my own. Is basically I go out and gather things, but that's coming up sometime later. I don't even know if that'll be coming up in 2020. But for that reason, I needed a website as well. So I got one now. And it's, if you haven't seen it anywhere, then it's www.angelwolfstudios.com. And there you will see my Instagram feed. You'll be able to get onto my Instagram as well. And I'll be posting pictures of new things that I make. And I'm working on possibly doing a blog, but we'll talk about that in the other video. So, the other things in 2019 that there are some like first time things that came up. 2019 is also the first time that I had to deal with damaged products getting to my customers. It is a pain. It is a pain to deal with because there's, I mean, all you can do is take pictures and hope for the best. And in some cases, things don't work out the way you planned. But it is frustrating to work on something and then send it to a customer, and then they have to deal with either fixing it or sending it back to get fixed, whatever. At this point in time, sending something back, if it depends on what the break is, where it is, and stuff like that, because then I can tell you how to fix it. Again, I would always suggest, no matter what, to make a claim with the company that delivers it, just in case. This way, because sometimes you are able to get your money, at least a portion of your money back through the shipping company, because a lot of the time the damaged parts that come to you are their fault. One of the things that one of the goals that I have for myself is I want to be able to travel on site, either myself or somebody that works for me, to travel on site to fix anything that gets delivered that's damaged. Depending on where it is, because even with shipping it back and forth, that costs just about as much money as me sending somebody across the country to go take care of it. So I'm hoping sometime in the future to be able to do that. But it's always gut-wrenching when I hear, oh my God, the item that you sent, it's broken, and then you hear that the customer is upset. And I don't want anybody to be upset. I mean, one of the reasons for doing all of this is to see happy faces, because I like creating things and seeing that once I create something, that the person is happy with what I gave them. So, oh yeah, then there was the huge debate with UPS. I swear, those people. They don't make things very clear as to how you should do things. So I'm from Gen X, so I am used to calling people up and saying, "Hey, I need your services." I'm not used to, like, if it's a service, I'm not used to going onto a website and requesting somebody's service. If I'm just putting a stamp on an envelope or something, that's different. But like when I'm trying to send a package, it's either you go to the post office, and if you have something larger, then you call UPS or FedEx. So I personally had to learn that I had to change the way I think in order to get things done properly, because every little mistake that I make is detrimental to my business, and my business would not be able to grow when that happens. So hopefully I've learned from all my mistakes that I've made in 2019, and we will not see them in 2020. So, I might be giving a short mini tour of the shop for the end of 2019, but I'm not sure. I might even just wait until next year, which is only a couple of days away, and make an update tour of my shop for 2020. Which hopefully I'll have some other things done before I'm able to do that tour, because there's some things I want to get worked on. All right, so I hope you had a great 2019. I hope you learned. I hope you've found reasons to grow and overcome obstacles that have been in your way, and just as like I have. And I hope you have a great and amazing 2020. All right, catch you in the next video.